Hello everybody, my name is Lola, and today I'm going to be playing through 25 Days in Stardew Valley. During this playthrough, I am going to be finishing the Joja route, which I've never done before, so bear with me. Currently I'm just going through the menu, trying to figure out everything I want on and off for during the run, which honestly, I didn't end up changing anything. Now, I'm just designing my character, and we will soon be getting into day 1. Now that I've picked out everything I like, I'm gonna skip the intro and go straight into the first day. This time I chose the forest farm, which all of my other playthroughs I've only played on the standard farm, so this should be fun. After loading in, I go over, I pick up my parsnips, and then I will immediately check the journal because I don't like having the notification arrow. Really, for the first part of day 1, I just went around and kind of cleared out a little area for our parsnips and future crops. Now, after clearing out the land, I'm gonna just plant my parsnips and then soon go into town to get some seeds from Pierre. After clearing out some farm space and foraging around a bit, I decided to chop down a few trees to get enough wood to make a chest. As a very last minute decision, I decided to keep the horseradish and keep it so I can make summer seeds. Then, while leaving the farm to go to Pierre's, I find my first artifact, which I will promptly donate to the museum later. Once I finally remember to get to Pierre's, I go through his entire stock, which I've caught myself doing on multiple occasions for some reason, even though I know it will be the exact same things every time. But anyways, I buy some cauliflower seeds, and then immediately realize that I am out of money, and this is not my world where I have hundreds of thousands to spare. I donate the artifact to the museum, collect the reward, and now I go to Clint's to buy 1 copper ore, so now tomorrow morning I will get the furnace cutscene. After that, I head up to Joja, looking at what they have, and I decided that the wallpaper that they sell would be absolutely perfect to put in our home. After that, I hurry back down to Pierre to spend the rest of our reward money on some more cauliflower seeds. Day 2 started with me waking up and going outside to get the furnace cutscene, which I immediately skipped because, screw Clint. I then go to the mailbox and I see Willie has gotten back from his fishing trip, which means I can get the fishing rod and begin to fish. But first, I have to water my crops. Now, after I finish watering my crops and foraging around the farm and bus stop, I go down to the beach, get Willie's cutscene, and really for the rest of the day, I just kind of fish. Once I get bored of fishing, I go back into town and say hi to some of the villagers who I haven't gotten a chance to meet yet, like Penny, Jazz, Vincent, and Haley. After sort of just running around aimlessly for the rest of the day, I go back to our house and I see that I have gotten level 1 foraging, which, that's awesome. And for our second day, we've made 230 G. On day 3, I wake up, excited that it's a rain day. But once I step outside, I see that the crow has eaten one of my parsnips. After a while of foraging, I find a dandelion, which is the last forageable item I need to make summer seeds, which I promptly planted on the farm. After running around town, going through a few trash cans, I find soggy newspaper, which I give to Shane on my way to Joja Mart, simply because I do not like Shane. After checking Joja Mart, even though I knew they'd have the exact same stuff as yesterday, I go down to the beach and I fish for a while. After fishing, I run around the valley and say hi to some of the other villagers who I haven't said hi to yet. Once I finish saying hi to everybody that I need to finish the quest, I find some more forage and I make some more summer seeds, planting them in my farm. Once I'm done planting, I go inside, head to bed, and see that I've gotten level 1 fishing, finishing the day. I wake up on day 4 and go outside and begin watering my crops before going to the beach and clay farming. After I get done clay farming, I leave the beach, head up to Pierre's, and buy a ton of potato seeds for the farm. I then go home, plant my potatoes, go to bed, and see that I've made 650 G for the day. Day 5, I wake up to Marnie giving me my pet dog, who I name Grungus. I then begin to harvest the first parsnips of the season, and then quickly check my mailbox to see that the mines are now open. Then, once I'm done planting and watering, I go to Pierre's and I buy as many potato seeds as I can. After purchasing the seeds, I go back home, but immediately turn right back around to get the community cutscene, which I remembered you would get on the 5th day of spring. Now, I can go up to Joja, and I can buy their membership. After planting and watering, I take my parsnips out of the shipping container and I go and sell them to Pierre, to get money now rather than overnight. For some reason, I thought the Joja membership was 500G instead of 5,000, so I came with the wrong amount of money. After figuring out my mistake, I go up to the mountain lake and I just fish the rest of the day. Day 6, I receive Hatmouse's letter before harvesting and watering the rest of my crops. I then make a scarecrow, finishing yet another quest before leaving the farm. I then go back down to the beach and do some more clay farming before heading back and going to sleep. At this point, I've developed a routine of immediately going outside and watering all of my crops. After watering, I remembered that it was a Sunday, so the traveling cart would be here. I go and check what it has in stock, and I see 5 rare seeds, which for some reason made me want to buy one. So there goes $1,000. After I'm done with the traveling cart, I go up and I visit the mines for the first time this run. After getting to level 3 of the mines and deciding it's not as fun when I don't have my galaxy sword, I go down and I donate some of the artifacts I found to the museum. As a reward for museum donations, I get 9 cauliflower seeds, which I go and plant on my farm before heading to bed. Day 8 went by extremely quickly because all I did was go water my crops, forage a bit, and go straight back to bed. Day 9 was about the same because all I did was water my crops and then clear some of the trees out from my farm. Day 10 was a rain day, so I was able just to go outside and harvest some of my crops. Using the forage I just had harvested, I turned them back into summer seeds and planted them on the farm. I was going to go get more seeds at Pierre's, but I noticed it was a Wednesday, so I instead just counted how many seed packets I would need before going to bed, seeing that I had gotten level 2 foraging and made 2,612 gold. Day 11 was another rain day, and I got Robin's Lost Axe quest in the mail. I then harvest my potatoes before clearing out the farm some more. Day 12 I get 2 letters in the mail, the first enclosing 500G, and the second from Mayor Lewis, notifying me that tomorrow is the egg hunt. I spend the rest of the day watering my crops and getting space ready for the strawberries I've been saving up for. Strawberry seed packets cost 100G each, so with my current amount of gold, I will be able to buy around 54 of them. Day 13 was the flower dance, so I quickly went outside, harvested my cauliflower, and watered the rest of my crops. While waiting, I watered the rest of the hoed spots from yesterday, getting ready for the strawberries. Once I get to the festival, I buy as many seeds as I can before preparing to kick Abigail's ass. I finished the egg hunt with 10 eggs, which meant I beat Abigail and I would get my straw hat. Once I get home, I immediately put on the straw hat that I had won and planted my strawberry seeds on the farm. The morning of day 14 was spent watering the farm. After clearing out the farm a bit, I went to the bus stop and foraged 2 daffodils. After picking the 2 of them up, I go down to Willie's shack and I fish. During the day, while my strawberries are growing, I plan on fishing to try and get a bit of extra money so I'm able to buy at least the membership before the 25 days are up. Since buying things on the Joja route can get pretty pricey, fishing and farming are my best bets for early game gold. For the rest of the day, I just move around spots around town and I fish. I plan on trying to get to level 2 for fishing so I can unlock the bait recipe and unlock the fiberglass rod at Willie's shop, allowing me to use the bait. Then, after that, I plan on getting level 5 fishing so I can choose the fisher profession, which means fish are worth 25% more. That night, I get level 2 fishing. And for the rest of the run, I completely forgot to buy the fiberglass rod, but I did make 284 gold. Day 15 started of course with me watering my crops. Once I had finished, I went to Pierre's, bought 10 potato seeds, and then went down to fish for the rest of the day. Then, while fishing, I accidentally casted one too many times and became exhausted for the first time in my entire 250 plus hours started. Day 16 was nearly identical to day 15. I first water my crops, go fish, and then go home with an extremely low energy bar. The morning of day 17, I was able to harvest some of the summer seeds I had planted. I then make more summer seeds, plant them, and water my crops. After I finish, I go out and begin harvesting salmon berries, since they'll be an easy early game energy source for while I fish and farm. The rest of the day is then spent fishing, harvesting more salmon berries, and going foraging. Day 18, I was excited because I knew in 3 days, on the 21st, I'd get my first strawberry harvest, and I almost already have enough to buy the JoJo membership. The remainder of this not-so-productive day was spent getting even more salmon berries, foraging on the farm, and then clearing out some of the rocks near the farm entrance to Marnie's ranch. Day 19, I spent harvesting my cauliflowers, before planting some mixed seeds and watering. I had gotten a quest from Jody that morning to deliver her 1 cauliflower, so I gave her one of the ones I had harvested that morning before going foraging and finding Robin's lost eggs, finally. And now, with the reward money, I was finally able to go up to JoJo and buy the membership. Day 20 went by fast. I started the morning by watering my crops, then going up to the mountain lake to fish. Once I walked back to the farm, I made some more summer seeds and planted them. Day 21 was my first strawberry harvest. The money from the strawberries meant that I would be closer to buying my first quote-unquote bundle at JoJo Mart. This, however, absolutely did not keep me from fishing. That night, after I had gone to bed, I got level 4 and 5 farming, which means I can start making preserve jars, and I chose the rancher profession. And overall that day, I made 8,416 gold. Day 22 is when I finally have to make the most important decision in my entire playthrough. Fruit bats or mushroom cave? After what felt like hours of thinking, I finally chose bats. I don't know why, I've never even thought of bats as an option up until now. I always go with mushrooms, but I guess it was just an impulse click. I harvest a handful of parsnips before watering and leaving the farm. Can you guess what I did for the rest of the day? Fish, of course. Oh, and I also got level 4 fishing. Day 23, I get Mary Lewis's note about the flower dance. I check my hearts, and I'm gonna be alone. After finishing my yard work, I go and forage at the bus stop, which has some decent stuff, before heading to the river in front of Jody's house and fishing. And just like that, it's already the 24th, day of the flower dance. I run outside and pick all my summer forage and begin to water. By the time I'm done, it's already time for the flower dance to begin. I, of course, didn't have a date, so I got the pleasure of standing in the back corner and watching people dance for the afternoon, before finally it was time to end the social embarrassment and head home. I was so happy to see that day 25 was a rain day, meaning I didn't have to spend my morning or energy on watering. Today, I was also able to harvest some strawberries. Once I'm done harvesting, I go to Pierre's and run in circles until it opens. I sell the nasty man my crops, making just over 7,000 gold. Then, I quickly head to JoJo Mart and open the community development form. We have enough money to buy panning, so I bought minecarts. Now, what would be better than ending the first 25 days by fishing? Nothing. Exactly. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you all enjoyed 25 Days in Stardew, the JoJo route. I'll see you next time. Bye!